Call Mr. Martino Milmer.
Thank you, Minister, again for the statement on the cross-border economic cooperation. And I want to commend you on managing to find the £206,000 for Intertrade, because, of course, Minister Bruton was able to double that and put £600,000 into Intertrade Ireland at this time when there is so much momentum behind the work they're involved in. And I want to, in asking really a question in relation to the North-South ministerial meeting, to follow up on something that Conor Murphy mentioned about our visit last week to the Oireachtas, to the Dáil, and the report on the all-island economy. I know sometimes, Minister, we're critical perhaps of unionist ministers not doing enough for the all-island economy, but this is the first report since the Oireachtas came into being on an all-island economy, so the criticism and the blame can be shared. But one of the big proposals, I think it's very relevant to what you said today, Minister, one of the big proposals is for one economic agency, an enterprise agency on the island. And without taking that today, could I ask you that you will ensure that your officials work proactively in a professional, systemic fashion with the IDA in relation to corporation tax harmonisation and reduction, because they've been there, done that, got the T-shirt. They have shown that they can maximise the full benefits of a reduced level of corporation tax. And I would be really pleased, Minister, if you could come back at some stage and say InvestNI is dealing with the IDA on a really regular basis to make sure that they are getting all the information and knowledge they have, so that that's brought to bear north of the border as well, when, as we hope and trust will happen if it's affordable, when corporation tax is harmonised across the island.
Well, the member is right, Principal Deputy Speaker, in that we have an enormous opportunity before the House. On the 1st of April 2018, we will have our corporation tax at 12.5%, and we will be able to compete for business across the world. As I was competing with several businesses in both San Francisco and in New York over the past week, and I hope to be able to see fruit flow in terms of jobs and investment from those, because you have a unique opportunity now in Northern Ireland. Our business costs in Northern Ireland are estimated to be 85% of the business costs of the rest of the United Kingdom, about 95% of the business costs of the Republic of Ireland. When you add to that the talent of our people and a very young population, and you add some of the excellent work that the Department of Enterprise and Learning have undertaken in terms of bespoke training and supporting specific tailor-made initiatives to support business. And when you have the likes of Allstate saying, we came to Northern Ireland for the costs, we stayed for the people. When you have the likes of City coming in with hundreds, around about 369 jobs, and sitting today somewhere in the region of 2,000 jobs, you see that when we can get the business to Northern Ireland. And another interesting fact, 80% of all of the foreign direct investment to Northern Ireland has subsequently reinvested. So when we get the foreign investment here, they have subsequently reinvested. And what we're trying to do with Invest Northern Ireland is get those businesses to tell their story of how successful, the Baker McKenzies, the Citigroups, the Allen & Overys, I could just run down a whole list down to Allstate into thousands of jobs. Why, when they've come, they have subsequently reinvested. So you've got the best foreign direct investment proposition, more foreign direct investment per head than any other part of the UK. You've got the lowest costs, and then you add to that your corporation tax. I'll certainly talk with Invest Northern Ireland about ensuring with the IDA that all opportunities are maximised. I have to say that I think the Invest Northern Ireland have done an absolutely spectacular job to this House, because when we sat as an executive, we set them a target of some 20,000 initially it was to be, jobs. It was increased at the Programme for Government meeting on the 2011 to 25,000, and they have to date delivered somewhere in the region of 44,000. And I hope before this House rises to make other additional jobs announcements on the back of a programme that Invest NI has done, and in many cases they've done it against the backdrop of a falling euro, the strength of the dollar, everything else, very difficult conditions. But if the member is asking me to ensure that we maximise every opportunity and look at maximising every opportunity to harness the economic power across the two jurisdictions to deliver jobs and success, absolutely.
Call Mr.